You know, sometimes in life, like you need to shy away from the press, the media, the social media and all that. So, that's what I've been doing all these years.
Good. Yes. So let's get into a bit of it. Let's get a bit of it. I mean, I like to take your views on when you are back and watching the current scene. What do you make of it?
Um, Honestly, I would say it's nothing good to write home about. You know,
Yeah.
like looking at looking at the time that we were playing. It's kind of fun. People actually come to the stadium because they wanted to see ISHMAEL ADDO, they wanted to see Chastela, they wanted to see General Sekou 4, you know. So kind of like even for us the players to come on the field, like we had at the back of our minds that there are people coming to the stadium to watch us.
Yeah.
We like people are coming for us to make them happy.
Yeah.
So when we get on the field, we just try as our best that we can to make the fans happy. But today it's not the same. You know, it's so that's why I'm saying it's not anything good
It's not. It's
to
not.
write.
It's not really the same. Okay, we'll come back to the current. Let's talk about your time. I mean, what was it? Because you were able to progressively finish as the top scorer in the Ghana Premier League. I mean, to do it in 1993, 2003, 2001. And when you look at the goals, you were increasing the goals by one or by two as you were going. So tell me, what kind of special training did you have? Why were you that deadly?
Um, I'll probably say I had a special training,
Mm.
but it's all about my mentality. Yeah, aside of the regular training that I have with the whole team as a squad, and as every footballer, you have to have your own personal training.
Mm.
But I won't probably say that it's that is a little bit that contribute a little bit to my success. But I will probably based on my mentality of what I wanted to achieve as a footballer.
Yeah.
So I will round it up as um, my personal mentality.
Your mentality going into games and as a
Right.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So take us back then. How did you get into Hearts of Oak?
Well, somewhere in 1998,
Mm-hmm.
we had a Milo. 98. I'm not very sure
Okay.
of the year, but after the course, I was then playing in Tamahas Babies. So we had a chance to be in the finals of the Milo Coast tournament that was held. The finals was held in Accra Sports Stadium.
Wow.
So we played. I think we played against Corners Babies from Kumasi,
Yeah.
and they are made up of the team was made up of Stephen Odro, Ember, Michael Ose Ember,
Mm-hmm.
uh, how who else? A couple of guys that I know that they played in that final.
Yeah.
So after the finals, I think we lost the finals by penalty kicks.
Mm.
So after that tournament, Hasselhoff decided to adapt some of us to restructure their under 20. That means the Auroras team because
Auroras, yeah.
they yeah they actually totally dissolved the under 20. But after that tournament, they decided. I think back then it was Commodore Mensa.
Commodore.
Commodore Mensa actually came up with the idea of that. You know what? We have to start the under 20 again so we can groom the players. So they actually adopted us after the tournament to re to start all over with the under
All
20
over again. Yeah.
all over again. So because back then I know they used to have the under 20 where Ezekiel Alemu, Ablade and all that came up from.
Yeah.
Before, so they were able to be in the first team. So they started like, you know what, they buying too many players that they come to the team and they can't perform. So why don't we go back to our root? So that's how it all happened. So they adopted us as,
and then you went into Hearts under 20.
Under 20. So yeah.
Good. So what happened between under 20 and playing for the Hearts main team?
Well, it all started when they actually came up with this. Jones was then the coach, right?
Yeah.
So what he did was he actually put up a program that every Friday before the senior team goes to the camp for their games on Sundays.
Yes.
The Auras have to play a competitive game, a competitive match with the senior team.
Yeah.
So it's happened every week, every Friday. It happened every Friday. So that's where it all started. So during those games that I'll probably say the senior team never won against the Auras.
Wow, you were that good.
Yeah, we were because at the point we qualified, we played in the second division. We came up to the first division. We played in the first division, and we qualified even for the premiership. But our qualification was taken away from us because the FA had these rules that a team cannot have two teams in the same league.
Wow.
So that's what happened. So Aras was never given the chance to be in the Premiership because the Premier League because we got the qualification taken away from us because it was a House of Hope team. So they have Hearts already in the Premier League, and then they can have ours coming into the Premier League. So they have to take the qualification out of it from us and then give it to somebody else, some other team that.
Yeah, Ishmael, you know, it's the thing that people don't know, because this story I'm getting to know about it, and it just says that you guys were that good even before you got into the main Hearts of Oak. Because if your Aurora's team had qualified for the Premier League at that time, it meant you were very good.
Oh yeah, honestly, it was you know, the reason why we were good was because the same team that we played in the Milo tournament was the same guys that we played together all our youth years. We played in the coast. We started all the way from under 14. We graduated to under 17, and then we ended up with Hearts under 20.
Yeah.
So we've been together for ages. So we actually knew ourselves. So it was easy for us to keep playing. So when we came to ours, there are a couple of guys that joined the team.
Yeah.
Like some coast guys that back then the coach that we had, Coach Lamte, had a coast team in Accra that has some players that he brought also into the team. So it gave us that
I think the cohesion was there.
Yeah, cohesion
You
was
performed
there.
as a unit.
Right. So these guys coming to join us, they were also playing in the coast. So it was easy for us to combine and for us to perform the best way we could.
Yeah.
So it helped actually, it really helped us. And the fact that
So that
we had opportunity to play every Fridays
hmm.
with the senior team was a plus for us.
So Auroras was that good. Auroras qualified for the Premier League, but because of the existing Ghana Football Association rules, your Auroras team could not join the main hearts of oak in the Premier League. So
Right.
what happened next?
So what they did was they said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna promote the best players that we have in Auroras to the first team, so we can still keep the rest that were not able to come, like to make it to the first team, to keep the Auroras like running. So I think they promoted, I think, 6 of us to the first team, and out of the 6, I believe I was the only one that made the grade, that broke into the first team.
The first team, yeah.
Right.
I see. So when you got into the first team, Coach Atukwe, if you're right, may he still rest in perfect peace. And
Right.
who else did you meet there?
Oh, you know, when I got promoted, I never dreamt I'm gonna have the slightest chance of playing, because back then they have the great strikers that I was looking up to them when I was young, when I was playing the courts. Like Famia was there, Osman Amadu was there, Donko was there, Imale Donko was there. So you look at yourself and you say, you know what, you don't have a chance, because these people have been at the top for so many years. So what do you think you can be a competition to them? But life, you always have to stay positive. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get worried. I know definitely my chance will come and I'm gonna take it. So I never lost hope, but I kept training with the team. I kept, giving my best, trying to push through, just to make sure, like, when my time comes, I'm gonna grab it. So
So
it all
yeah,
happened
yeah,
that way.
yeah. You're the fighter. You know, when did it eventually happen? What were the circumstances of you playing your first game? What can you really remember? When did Atukwe tell you, okay, now time you're going to play it today?
It was a game against Afenia United.
Okay,
It was a game against Afenia United at Elwak Stadium.
okay.
And prior to that game, we had a couple of friendly games. We played against Daewoo United,
Hmm.
and it was a second tier of a team that we went to play against, Daewoo United, and I was part of the team. We I think we won 4-0. I scored 4 of the goals in that game.
4 goals. Wow.
So after the game, we came back to Accra, and then we played against a second division team. I don't remember the name. That I scored 3 in that particular game. We won, I think, 5-0.
Mhm.
So then Jones decided, you know what, I'm gonna give him a chance.
Mm.
He's proven himself when he was playing under 20, when we used to play with the national, with the senior team, that
The senior
we
team.
always win against the senior team. So he was like, you know what, Let me give him the chance. So with this, on that day with Athenian United, I was in the bench, and somewhere along the game, he was like, you know what, get up, go warm up. I want you to go in and just go have fun.
Did you get scared?
Um, I didn't get scared because you know all along the line, right?
Mm.
Um, those senior players, I was respectful to them,
Yeah.
so they always push me, they advise me and all that. So I wasn't that scared because I knew I had some fatherly figures around me that they want to protect me in any way.
Yeah. Well,
So when he called on me to go and warm up, they were like, everybody was talking to me, don't get scared, don't look at how big they are, don't look at how strong they are, you have your own way, you go, and they keep encouraging me. So when I finally got in,
yeah.
I was like, I kept having this at the back of my mind. Whatever they were telling me, they told me before I got into the game, I had it and was like, you know what, they're right. There's nothing special around these people that I had to be scared. So I ended up scoring a goal. That was my first ever goal that I scored for Hasselhoff in in
Nice.
in in a regular league season. That was my
Do you
first
remember?
goal.
Yeah. Do you remember how the goal was scored?
I believe it was a move right from the right wing, and then it was a cross,
Mm.
and then I happened to be right at the spot, and it was a tap in.
That's right. That's right. This was what in the year
1999.
99,
Right.
1999. And the amazing thing, you went on in your debut season and became the top goal scorer.
Yes, and that's why I was saying, like, I had all these senior strikers that were around me. You
Mm.
know, everything that you do, like humbleness and respect, will get you everywhere.
Yeah.
So I was respectful to them. I never had any challenge. Like, I was willing to learn from them. I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to compete with them.
Mm.
So even when I'm playing and they are sitting on the bench, they don't feel bad. Still, they push me to give my best. They advise me, like anytime I'm on the field, like I can hear them screaming, telling me, go, don't go, do yeah, controlling me, telling me what to do.
Mm.
And I took on their words and made sure I did what they wanted me to do, because they have been there before. So me coming, I had to listen to whatever advice they're giving me. So that's what really happened.
Good. So you know what? Your career is such a long one. But if we're going to go through all the 99 season, the 2000 season, and 2001 season, man, we're looking like 4 hours interview. Let me do it this way. You were goal scorer for 3 seasons. Which season do you think was the most challenging for you?
I'll probably say my second year was the
Second
one
year.
that is, yeah, was really challenging, because the first year I had all the support from them, from all my senior people, and now they felt I'm up there now, so I had to do it on my own,
Yeah.
you know, and it's kind of like I started listening to the advice from them, trying to coach me how to go about things, and now Sky, you know what? Now, for you to be a better person, we don't need to coach you no more. We've done
Do your
enough.
thing.
So now you good, and we believe you can do your thing. So go out there without any coaching from us. Go out there and do your thing. So it was really challenging because now I felt like I wasn't, I wasn't alone. I knew they were still out there supporting me and all that. But I felt at one point, I felt I was all by myself. And now it's about me to prove to them that whatever they've taught me right from the beginning, now I can prove to them that, you know what, I learned so much from you guys, and I'm gonna give it back to you. So the second year was really, really challenging.
You did so well and scored more goals than 99.
Yeah, right.
Good. So let's look back. Which were the most interesting games for you? Am I right to say the Kotoko games?
Playing against Kotogo is always a fun to be in that game. And you know, the hardest games you can ever play is to play it against the biggest team in Ghana, one of the biggest teams in Ghana. And Kotogo is one of the teams that when you're playing against them, you have to give your very best, like 120%, because the tradition has always been there. The rivalry has always been there, way before we were even born.
Mm.
So when you put on that shirt of Kotogo, while you put on that shirt of Hasselhoff, it's kind of like you have to give your life. So I would say it's fun. It's fun.
It was
I
fun
always,
playing
I
against
always,
Kotoko.
yeah, it's fun playing against Kotogo. It's fun
What was
scoring
your
against.
best? What's your best game against Kotoko?
I'll probably say the game that, damn, I would say the game that we won. That was the May 9th.
Oh wow!
That was why I was
Yes,
cursing
I know. Yes, I know.
because
Sorry about it. I understand the circumstance around the game, but let's talk about the game. Yeah, tell me why it was special.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes you don't wish to be in a situation like that. You know,
Yeah,
like you wake up one morning, like you wake up every morning of the week, go to training just to come on Sunday for people to come to the stadium to watch and have fun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they wanted to be there to see you, to see ISHMAEL ADDO playing. They want to see Imana Kufuor playing. They want to see Chastela playing. They have their own favorite that they want to see
yeah,
every Sunday,
yeah, yeah,
every week in and week out.
yeah.
Just for those people to come to the stadium, and such strategies have to happen. It's
Happen.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's really sad.
yeah. I
It's
know,
really
and I
sad.
know. I get the feelings, and I understand the emotion. Um, I guess it was very difficult for you on that night.
Yeah, it was. It was. And honestly, I haven't gotten over it.
Recovered. Yeah.
I haven't
So
gotten over it.
sometimes you see, sometimes the pictures flash back. You guys on the pitch and people rushing into the stands and looking into
Yeah, it
the
does.
narrow
It
close.
does. It does. It really does.
Yeah, yeah.
It really
Really,
does.
really sorry about that. But how can I balance it a bit because it happened to be your best game on the pitch? Why did you
You
enjoy
know,
the game on the pitch?
it was a kind of like I'll probably say a challenge that we threw against each other. You know, back then with some of the quarter players were in the national team, the under 17 team.
Yeah.
So it kind of like we were all in camp when the game was, coming up. So we kind of like, oh, we're gonna win, we're gonna win. We got like Stephen Odro, Michael Osei, like they came strongly on us.
Yeah.
Actually they came strongly on me.
Mm.
Oh, we're gonna win against you. So it was a challenge that they threw against us, especially me.
Mm.
So kind of I was like, you know what? And for them to score the first goal, look at the back of my mind, I was saying, what is going to happen if we lose this game and we go back to camp, the national camp? What's going to happen? These guys, these guys would make fun of me all the time.
All the time, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, how we're going to do it. But we need to stay focused. So my first ever time that I ever, as a young player among all the senior guys that I had to talk to them in the dressing room, that you know what, we are not done with this game. Yes, we are leading a goal, but we can come back. We've done this so many times, and this is not different. So let's go do our thing. So we came back in the second half. We equalized, and then we won at the end of it. And after the game, we kind of like, I was, you know, we actually saw the tear gas going up in the
Yeah.
stands and all that. But because we couldn't go into the dressing room after the game because the security man was like, you guys to wait. So right on the field, I was sitting with Michael Osei. I was sitting with um, Steven. I was sitting with some of the other players who were
Yeah.
just sitting on the floor, talking, waiting for the tear gas to come down before we can get into the dressing room. So we kind of like, oh, this is a challenge we threw against each other, and now I won. So you know what, we're going back to the camp, and we were going back to the camp on Monday.
Yeah.
So we were like, you know what? So I was even telling Steven that, you know what, the funny thing about this is that we should have bet. We
So
should
that you
have
can
we
take
should
his
have
money,
yeah, we should have bet so we can, but all the same, whatever challenge we threw at each other, no, we've settled it. And now I'm not going to go back to the camp so you guys can make fun of me. Now I'm going to make fun of you. So we're just
Yeah.
sitting on the field when everything, calm by calm. And then we went into the dressing room. On my way home, that's when everything, I got to know what actually happened.
Yeah. But you spoke about the under 17. So you had some stints with under 17, the under 20. I think I'm trying to remember. I think one of the stories where the late Afrani dropped you for one of the big competitions. I think perhaps the 2001 under 20
Yeah,
was that?
that's the under 20 tournament in Argentina.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How difficult was that to take? Because you were
Well,
like
it
the
was,
flying guy, and everybody expected you to go then.
yeah, and it was funny. It was funny because uh, his his excuse was, oh, I think it was me, Steven Tete,
Yeah,
Chastela,
yeah.
and Stephen Odro. His excuse was, we've gotten so much exposure
Oh
because
wow.
we're playing in the league, we play in the Champions League. Um, we play back then. I was playing with the senior national team too, the Blasters.
Yes, yes, you were.
So he was kind of like, you know what? his excuse was, "You guys have so much exposure." And here's a case that I was even the one that qualified, played
The
in all
team.
the qualified the team to Argentina. So now you're coming up and say, you know what, we have so much exposure. It doesn't make sense. But here's the case. He's a coach that you can challenge whatever decision he makes. It was a very sad moment because you know you see yourself giving your all to the national team, trying to do your best. That your best was enough to qualify the team to the World Cup, and now
Yep.
you struggle, you did everything, you gave your best to make this happen. You're not part of it, but it's life.
It was that the
It's life.
painful was that the most painful experience in your career or
Um,
the more?
I wouldn't say it was a painful experience because I've witnessed some guys that were with us in the national team that got dropped at one point,
Yeah. Yeah.
not because they were not good, but with the coach own reasons.
Yeah.
So at one point I decided, you know what, I'm not going to take this personal. It's something that's always like it happens all the time. If
Yeah. Yeah.
the coach decides to know what, I don't need them. I don't need him. I need somebody else. It's his own decision. I can fight the coach. I can argue with the coach. So I actually accepted in good faith. So you
Wow.
know what? I still have my career that I
And
had
you
to
go on. You
fight.
box on.
Right. I had to fight to to get to the highest point of my career. So I never allowed that situation to bring me down. I kept myself pushing, I kept myself going up, pushing myself up. And I was happy for that. But
Yeah. You watch.
you know,
I guess you watched the tournament. It was
yeah,
a
I
tournament. I
did.
think Ghana made the final, and
You're right.
Argentina beat us. I think Zaviola.
Saviola, right.
Now the Saviola scored. I
Yeah.
think they beat us by three
And
goals to nil in the final. Argentina did that.
I think he came back. I think when they came back, I think Afani actually granted an interview
Yeah.
that he said he wished he could have taken me to that tournament.
Because they needed more goals in the team.
Right. So he knew, and that's what I'm saying. I was so close to him. So it wasn't something. I was surprised. I wasn't hurt, or I wasn't
Angry.
angry about it, because I understand. I actually Jones taught me so much, to the point that whatever comes your way in life, you need to embrace it in a good way.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It's just this. I still have other things that I can accomplish. So don't don't I channel my energy into those things that are still around, that I can do to achieve my goals. So I was like, you know what? It's not mindset. So why don't you let it go? Just concentrate on what you already have in hand. Do the best out you can, and then you make sure you do the best. So what happened.
Such a matured way of dealing with what was in quotes expected to be a painful experience, but I like the way you went about it. You know,
Right.
look, okay, yeah. We're making a point. I was just going to ask you a question. I was going to ask you a question about Jones I took with you. Now he did a lot which you said. Went off, came back, and did again in 2004 before he finally left the scene. What was it about Jones? What was it about the late Jones? Because you had the opportunity to work with him thick in there. Hearts of Oak won the Premier League 6 times consecutive. No team has done that. Hearts of Oak won the Champions League, the Super Cup, everything there was to win. What was he like? And why was he motivating you guys so much? Break it down for us.
I'll the first thing I would say about Jones is you can work with Jones if you are not a go getter. You can work under Jones if you are not a fighter. You can work under Jones if you don't have ambition or you don't have love for the game. You can never work with that man. So what he did was he first made us fall in love with the game.
Nice.
And two, he made us realize that we are the very best. No one and nothing. No one can win against us and nothing can break us. So he felt we gave him back that confidence he put into us. That's where he actually decided to use Hasselhoff to play against Nigeria. That is how much he trusted his soldiers that he had. He's one person that I will confidently say I owe my career to him.
Such a perfect tribute to him. Yeah.
See,
I was
even the fact that he was my coach in Hasselhoff and he was my coach in under 17, he still wanted the best. He wanted the best out of me. At one point, he was treating me as if he doesn't even know me. In the national team, in under 17, he treated me like he doesn't even know me. He has never met me before. But this is the same coach that I worked under him before coming to the under 17 World Cup in New Zealand. Yeah. He treated me as if it was my first time working with him, and that he did that because he wanted to push me to bring the best out of me for the team. But unfortunately, what I promised him was to win the cup. But with circumstances that I can't explain, that we end up being in the third place. But he came to me and he was like, you know what? After the finals,
yeah,
after the tournament, he came to my room and he was like, you know what? I'm sorry if you have anything against me. But wow. I wanted to bring the best out of you. I did, and you proved to me. But I don't care about the promise you made me that you're gonna help them, you're gonna help the team to be in the finals. But at least you showed it on the field, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah. And then you talk about that under 17 tournament. You ended up as the top goal scorer.
Right.
Heartbreak in that game against Brazil. So,
I know.
It was a penalty shootout. I think it was a penalty shootout in the end.
Oh yeah, that was the heartbreaking. That was heartbreaking because we were down by two goals in the first half. That we scored 2 own goals. We scored 2 own goals. We came back. We came back, and now here we are.
Oh yeah.
You know, I always say, whatever God has planned has already planned. You can't change it, no matter what.
Yeah, and Brazil, and funny enough, Brazil will go and win the tournament.
Yeah, they went ahead to win the tournament. You know,
and you beat the United States in the third place.
Yeah.
That's it. Anyway, what are some of your fun memories about Jones Atuquefio for for those of us who are watching from afar? Things like that white handkerchief. What was it all about?
You know, just just is one funny man. You know,
Mm,
he's full of life.
yeah.
You cannot see Jones angry in a moment. Say,
Mm,
he came on one day, he was like, you know what? You guys never enjoyed football. In my days, we make football so entertaining.
yeah.
He said, you know what? He came one day, he came to the camp and he had a bunch of handkerchief in a pack, right?
Mm,
And then he was like, he started sharing it, giving one. It's like, what is this? Say, what do you mean? I was telling you guys, you don't make football like entertaining.
yeah.
You know, you know, most of our games you will see him having this handkerchief on his neck.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? This is when I was playing. When you do that, your opponent gets scared of you. And they say, yo, I say like, say, this is not your time. Your time now, this modern time that we are now. When a defender see you having this on your neck, the way the defender will kick you around, you'll be sorry if you put it down. So you know what? He said, you oh, I'm telling you, he is one lively person. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
But he made Hasselhoff, the group in general, he made it so great, so fun that everybody wanted to be part of Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
He wasn't restricting. He wasn't restricting as a coach that most of the coaches will say, you know what, you can go out. The moment you hit the hotel, the camping place, the moment you hit there, you can go out. But he wasn't like that. Say, you know what, you
So
guys have life before football. So you are matured enough to know what you can do and what you can do before a game. So you're free. You can go
so
out,
he
you can go out, have fun, but make sure you have fun in a positive way. So it wasn't like he gave us that freedom, but he became a friend, he became a father, he became as a teammate. So most of the players will leave when we get after Friday's evening training. We all sit in the team bus, we go to the hotel, and then after the hotel, everybody takes shower. Most of the guys will just drive out. They leave without no question, but everybody
mm,
knows their responsibility. Before 11, before 12, everybody's back at the hotel. That's how he never he was. That's what I'm saying. He was strict, but first he was our friend. He made us feel like he's part of the players, and then he's a father figure to us. So that made us so special.
and actually showed.
Right.
Um, it really showed. How did the 64 battalion come about? Who put that name on
I,
you and you guys grew to be it?
I think the 65. was it 64? No, it was 64.
Battalion.
Yeah, that's 64. That was coming from um the musical youth of chapter O.
Oh, I see.
So they kind of like, what, they haven't, like, they've been has supporters for years, but this is the time that this our group, they felt our group was way better than all the group that ever ever came to the scene when it comes to Accra support. So they were like, what, that is the best name we can name them. So
64 battalions.
it was the chapter O. It was the chapter O's that came up with that 64 battalions.
Okay, I see. But you guys enjoyed the name. You
Oh
enjoyed the
yeah,
name because
we
you started
did.
playing
We
like
did.
64 battalions.
Yeah, we did, because it's it's kind of like, it's fun to know that you know all these guys, all the fans, all the supporters, like, this chapter O guys are coming in, and they will be at the stadium,
Mm.
singing, chanting, and all that. And they knew right from the beginning that we coming to the stadium, we will end up coming out with victory.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, you have, this hand washes this and that washes that.
Yeah.
So they come in to give their best, and we give them what they want. So it became a whole big family. It became a whole big family that
Yeah.
they will even die. They will even die for the club. And
I get it. Oh no, you're
it's
making a
it,
point. Yeah, you're saying.
it's so exciting that to see somebody, you can put a smile on somebody's face, just the fact that it's Sunday and he's coming to the stadium. He knows at the end of the day, I'm gonna smile back. It's kind of a feeling that you, as a player, you ended up being fulfilled
Yeah.
inside you, that what, your performance every week in and week out, gives somebody so much pleasure, so much happiness.
And you know what? When you guys got on the pitch, Chapter O were in the background doing their own thing. Which of their songs really pushed you? Do you remember? You said, give me one line when you hear them singing, when you hear them blasting, and
you
and,
know
and then you have to really score the goal.
I would say, it's this arose has been something that's been there way before we even got on board, right?
Yes, right.
But chapter whole had their own way. They have a couple of songs. I don't
Just
think I'll
improvise.
remember. I don't think I'll remember. But they have their own songs that they've they've made, that they come to the stadium, and the fact that the moment that they start singing, makes you realize, what, you're on the floor to make those people happy.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, you are not even on the floor to make yourself happy, but even the song, the energy that they have out there in the stand, that energy comes all the way onto the field, and we give them back that energy. And at the end of the day, We, even the players, we are not so happy that we won, but we happy that we make people, those guys out there, happy.
Smile. I see you got a good voice there. Let's try their rules. Let's see how you go with it.
Name.
Not bad voice.
Name.
So let's
name,
try.
Name.
Let's try.
Name. I don't know if I can do this, but I'll try.
So let's try. But the Olo.
Arose. Be quiet and don't be silly. We are the famous Hasso food. We never